Afternoon everyone. I wanted to do a quick update on the Pan-European and myself, just to let you all know that I'm still here and the bike is still in progress. Sorry it's been a little while, maybe I think 70 odd days YouTube said since the last time I posted. Life's just been hectic. The business I work in gets really busy in certain times of year and really quiet in others, and we've just been through our busy period. Coupled with that, YouTube deciding to block my IP address for reasons known only to them, and as anyone who's done any kind of YouTube will know, their support is absolutely terrible, so finding out how and why has been nearly impossible. And so I've had to do some changes to my home network in order to get my connection to go out over my parents through a VPN, so that I can actually get back into YouTube without getting all sorts of weird cache miss errors, block errors, and you're not authorized to do this, that, and the other errors. On top of that, I've also, as you can probably see, completely reorganized the garage. We've changed one of our cars, and I've been doing a load of work on that, which I don't feature on the channel at the moment because it's a motorbike channel. So yeah, all in, it's been a hectic couple of months, but don't worry, I'm here, I'm back, and the Pan-European's here as well. So what's changed since I last showed you it? One, it's insured now. That's the first step in getting it on the road in the UK, so needs insurance. The next thing it's going to need is an MOT, Ministry of Transport test, to say it's roadworthy, and then I can put tax on it, pay the vehicle excise duty as it's known, and then it will be a roadworthy bike. So, technically, then, what has happened to it since then? So last time I think you saw the bike, it was nearly running correctly. Although after I'd left it for a month or so, sat here, I went to start it up and one of the cylinders was full of petrol, which means either one of the floats had sunk or something was not quite right with the fuel delivery system. Turns out, long story short, that the pump I ordered for it, like a lot of people find, was pressurizing the carburetors too much, which was leading to a load of fuel pushing its way past the float valves and then up into other parts of the carb and or the airbox, which was then dribbling back down again. So I solved that problem. And then after I left it, for another couple of weeks, it started running on only 2 cylinders, which turned out to be that the air balance had completely gone wrong when the fuel pressure changed. And that wasn't super obvious, so I ended up taking the side covers off, checking the cams were still in time, that I hadn't slipped a tooth or done it wrong in the first place. Ended up taking the fuel tank apart, pulling the fuel sender and pump back out and checking that. And all it turned out was I needed to rebalance the carbs. One of the other things I did while I was in there was adjust the idle circuit mixture screws, because it stank of fuel when it was sat here running. And it was a little bit lumpy and it was fouling plugs. Turns out they had been fiddled with before. The carbs that are on this, of course, are reconditioned from eBay, so it's probably that someone who cleaned those up for sale played with them. So I wound those in, wound them back out to the factory spec, which was still a little bit rich, so I leaned those out again. One of the things I bought to do that was, I'm not sure I can get into the cabinet that it's in because my bike's in the way, but was a funny little right-angled screwdriver thing that you basically fish through the side of the pan in here down to get to those screws. If you look on Alan Mouillard's channel, he's built one of those tools, but this thing's the same. It's just commercial, cost about £7 off eBay. So I've done that. The good news now being, if you turn the Pan-European on, in the last video we got rid of the ABS lights. Now it runs on 4 cylinders reliably, and the reason I insured it is because I have taken it to a private test track, not the road obviously, and given it a bit of a shakedown, couple of miles, just to make sure that everything's running right, and it is. The ABS still works, the lights will go out, the engine's good, it's strong, it accelerates the way you'd expect it to. The bike now handles properly. That's one of the other things I did, was just make some adjustments up here using the book spec to where the forks were inside of the yokes, or triple clamps for Americans. That all seems to be good now. And then finally, you'll notice it now has the full set of cowls on the front, and the indicators work properly. You can probably see the reflection there on the other side as well. Along with that, it has working headlights and tail lights. The exhausts we were missing some clamps for, so now they're clamped up with some big chunky whatever the next grade up of Jubilee clip is, I suppose. Proper pipe clamp, the type I've used in the past on boost hoses on turbo cars. Which leaves the Pan-European only wanting for one thing that I can tell before it can go for its MOT, and that is it's not as horny as it needs to be. And that is because the horn is sat probably somewhere in the parts shelf over here, and the bolt for the radiator at the top where the horn also bolts, which lives up here, is missing. So that's the last thing I've got to do. I'm going to do that this afternoon after work, and then I'll ring up the MOT station and get it booked in. And hopefully the next video after that should be taking it for its MOT. So that's me, that's the Pan-European, and that's a brief update. Thanks for sticking with it and watching. Sorry for the lack of videos, and keep your eyes out for more. Oh, nearly forgot, one other thing we did solve, you'll see it in a short, was there was a bit of a dodgy firing on one set of plugs, so actually took the boots apart and ground the corrosion off the springs and resistors in the plug caps, which helped enormously. Cool, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one, hopefully sooner than it's been since the last one. Ride safe.